everyone, Assalamualaikum. Are you here with me? Good to see you too, Lim. Can you hear my voice? Can you hear me? Yes, Christina. Thank you. Hello, Christina, Evel, Sumaya, Yunida, Yusobi. Yusobi ni? Esther, Farahin, Akila, Evelyn, Wafa. I think I can remember your name, It's just that I don't know your face. Fatiha, Eve, Eva, Akila. I can hear clearly. Okay, good. Ada dengar suara lah macam bunyi kipas tak? Kuat tak? Okay ke tidak? Mengganggu ke bunyi kipas ni? Ke okey je? Boleh dengar suara saya sahaja? Is it alright? Ada sikit. Tapi mengganggu tak? Tapi okey je. Yeah. That kipas is quite big. Ada juga Miss dengar bunyi kipas. Okey je Okey je, okay. So many of you say okay. Dia tak terlalu kuat kan? Alright, I hope it's fine. So now there are 47 of you is watching. 7 of you are watching this live, which it's not enough. All of my students here should be 85. Yeah, around that, 85. But should we wait or should we just continue? Okay, Miss akan mengambil masa dalam 1 jam untuk mengajar. Continue lah, kita sambung daripada minggu lepas tak cukup masa tu. Kita bincang sedikit past year paper tentang chapter 3. Okay, if not you're gonna cry and I don't want to miss it. So let's just move forward. Kita akan sambung soalan 34 and 37. I think 37 lah paling banyak sekali undian kamu semua. Alright, so let's now start with 34. Shall we do that? Kita mulakan dengan 34. Alright. Okay, so now 34A ni, 34A, 34B ada ke? 34B mana? Tak apalah, kita buat dulu 34A. Okay, given that the sum of the first n terms is Sn of a series. Okay, a series. But do you know, okay, belakang ni ada, find an expression for n term, find Tn. Maksud dia, show that the series is a geometric series, which means this is about GP. Okay, this question is totally about geometric series only. Okay, dia takkan campur-campur arithmetic dan geometric. Dia takkan campur soalan. Alright, so now, given that the sum of the first n term, so this is given to you. So I like to write down what it is given to us. Okay. And then find the expression of the n term. Show that the series, okay, show ni kita akan buat later, but now we have to find Tn. Okay, in order to find the Tn, can you recall formula Tn is equals to Sn minus Sn minus 1. Okay, this is the formula that you will be using. Okay, dengan menggunakan SN yang diberi pada kamu. So, it's not that hard. What you need to do is just Tn is equal to Sn minus Sn minus 1. So, you just use this one, this thing. Okay, sebab this one is Sn. Okay, you are just using it. You are just using what is given to you. Minuskan dengan, so here you must have a bracket. Minuskan dengan this thing also. Cumanya yang membezakan dia adalah bahagian belakang ni adalah n minus 1 instead. Okay, so this n should be your focus. Kalau n dia berubah, iaitu n tolak 1, jadi kamu tulislah n tolak 1. It's according to the formula. It's according what you have, what you want to find. Okay, jadinya simplify it. So when you simplify it, you will get 1 minus 1 over 3 n minus 1 plus 1 over 3 to the power of n minus 1. So something is deleted. 1 minus 1 is 0. And belakang ni tak boleh suka-suka hati untuk menyelesaikan dia, untuk tambahkan dia, untuk tolakkan dia. No. It's not as easy as you think because these things has powers. Okay, bila ada power, tak boleh suka hati. Jadi kita ada cara dia. So at the back here, dekat sini lah di mana kamu boleh pecahkan dia menjadi 1/3 to the power of n times 1 over 3 to the power of 1. To the power of negative 1. Yeah. Menggunakan indices. Okay. So this is, recall balik, formula yang saya gunakan adalah rules of indices. So rule of indices is everywhere. Kamu akan nampak rules ini sepanjang sana. Alright. So here is the rules. Do you remember this rule? So this is the rules that I'm using. And then what should we do? So dekat sini kita akan nampak something familiar. Perkara yang familiar adalah I should highlight this. Sesuatu perkara yang familiar adalah yang ini, yang saya highlight ni. Familiar means they are the same. They are the same means 1 over 3 in bracket the whole thing to the power of n adalah perkara yang sama. Okay, jadi kita boleh factorize. Kita boleh factorizekan dia, but you don't. Bila you factorize, you must factorize the smallest number tau. So the smallest number. In this case, you kena bawa negatif ini. So it should become negative 1 over 3 to the power of n in bracket. Jangan lupa letak bracket. Okay, in bracket 1. Okay, benda ni didarabkan dengan apa akan dapat yang atas ni. Apa? It should get 1. You must have 1 there. Plus with yang di depan ni, negative 1 over 3 the whole thing to the power of n, darab apa akan dapat everything here. Akan dapat second term ni pula. Apa yang tak ada? Which is inilah. It's quite easy here. Cumanya factorize dekat sini memang hectic sedikit lah. So that is how we factorize a much complicated punya fraction. Alright, just remember cara nak double check adalah cubalah untuk mendarab semula. Okay, darabkan the first term dan darabkan pula the second term. Alright, When you darabkan the second term, and you will see sama ada sama ke tidak dengan atas ni. Okay, this is the first term, this is the second term. So you should try and just expand back to whether C, is this the same or not. Apa yang you factorize tu betul ataupun tidak. You should just check. Okay, when you have double check, barulah you tenang. And then you boleh selesaikan bahagian dalam ni. You just solve it. Okay, when you solve it, just use your calculator. Oh, it is just that something is missing out. Something is wrong. Can you detect a little bit of my mistakes here? Can you detect one? Tadi Miss kata kita kena double check, tapi adakah Miss betul-betul double check this thing times 1 and you will get this? Yes, you will get negative back, negative 1/3. Tapi kalau the second term ni kita darabkan balik, adakah kita dapat negatif? Adakah bahagian dalam ni kita dapat negatif? No, right? So, Avel dia perasan Miss bukan sepatutnya plus jadi negatif ke Miss yang dalam kurungan. Exactly. Very good. One of your friend here recognize it. Dalam ni sepatutnya tolak. So, kalau sini tolak, negative times negative, you will get here positive. Very good. Very good. That is the mistakes that I did. Okay, itulah mistakes yang saya salah buat. Jadinya bila dah confirm, bila dah double check, must double check. So after you have confirmed and you have double check, you can now solve inside of this part. You can solve it. Just use your calculator and you will get a negative 2. Okay. Then negative 2 times a negative, you should get a positive. Positive 1/3 to the power of n, which this one is equals to Tn, and so you have found your nth term. This is what we call as the nth term. You are the sum, you are the Sn, but the question is asking for Tn. So you should find Tn by just using this formula. Okay, Tn is equals to Sn minus 1. That is the formula that you should use. And then you kena ada skill. You must have a good skill of factorizing. I think bila you ada skill tentang factorizing, you will be good. Okay, you will be totally good. Even me, even me myself, I could miss out some negative sign or positive signs, but that is normal. That is it. That is just a way of learning. Making mistakes is a way of learning. All right. So just make sure you all mesti practicekan concept factorizing dengan baik. Alright. So now we have to show, dekat sini lah yang saya paling nak ajar sebenarnya. Show that the series is a geometric series and find the sum to infinity. Okay. So now bahagian show ni, okay, show that what? Show that the series is a GP lah, is a GP. So bila dia kata show, kita tak boleh macam, you mesti, some of you might have done this and you mesti rasa you nak cari nilai R. Okay, series ni, of course, kalau you masukkan nilai, macam mana nak ajar? Kalau you masuk, we cannot masukkan nilai kepada n dekat sini. That's what I mean. Okay, because some of you might, I know, dia mesti macam akan letak n is equals to 1, T1 is equals to 2/3 times 2/3 to the power of 1, therefore 2/3. And then dia cari n equals to 2, dia cari n equals to T. Okay, I know you can also do this dengan memasukkan nilai kepada n tersebut, tetapi sebenarnya cara nak show adalah lebih tepat dengan menggunakan general term. Okay, bila menggunakan general term, it means you must use in terms of n. Okay, you must use in terms of n only. Jadi you tak boleh pakai masuk nilai. That's the thing. You cannot use this n is equals to 1, n is equals to 2. Bukan nak kata you tak dapat jawapan yang sama. You akan dapat jawapan yang sama juga. At the end of the day, you akan dapat R is one of the three juga dengan memasukkan nilai. It is just okay. But dalam exam in PSPM, they prefer a general term instead by using the n, not the numbers. Okay, so cara nak show adalah that the series is a geometric series is by knowing that the series macam sequence lah. Series ada sequence ada macam ni kan. First you have Tn. Okay. You have Tn, right? How do I teach this? It's quite challenging to teach this. Okay, you have Tn. Bila you tambah satu nilai, you akan dapat Tn plus 1. Bila you tolak satu nilai dari Tn ni, you akan dapat Tn minus 1. So this is sort of like the sequence tau. The sequence ataupun this is what you call a sequence. Yang ini dipanggil sebagai sequence. Tetapi kalau series, you should have Tn minus 1 plus Tn plus Tn plus 1 plus ... So plus, yang mempunyai plus ni kita panggil dia series. Okay, and kalau yang koma-koma ni kita panggil dia sequence. I hope you know that clearly already. This is just the names, okay? There is no marks here, but even though there are no marks here, you still need to know, oh inilah proses ascending, proses bacaan series, proses bacaan sequence. Okay, dia menaik. Alright, untuk yang inilah. Alright, so now what I need to do bila show adalah I must have this one. I must have step 1, find Tn plus 1 over Tn is equals to what? Okay. Second step adalah find Tn divided by Tn minus 1. That is the second step. Okay, basically you know that the formula of common ratio, by this time you all must know common ratio untuk GP adalah T2 tolak T1, betul tak? Ataupun T3 tolak T2. So in this case, saya tak menggunakan nombor. Okay, in this case, saya tak menggunakan nombor, saya menggunakan huruf N. Because bila show, as I said, bila kita show, kita kena guna general term. So menggunakan general term means guna N. So that's why I'm using N plus 1 divided by Tn. Manakala Tn, yang lagi satu pula lah, Tn divided by Tn minus 1. Is it clear so far that I'm using general term in terms of N? Is it understandable by using this N? Can I get some response? Okay, jangan malu kalau kamu don't be shy in answering my questions. Can you understand what I'm saying about general term? So far. So Tn plus 1 divided by Tn is equals to, so you dah ada Tn, betul tak? This one, I should highlight this. This thing will be used. Okay, so Tn plus 1 adalah 2 1 over 3 2 times 1 over 3 to the power of n plus 1 divided by 2 times 1 over 3 divided by n and divided plus times to the power of n. And so what you can do is just use the rules of indices. Okay, and then you cut it. You see something familiar, so you cut it. They are the same. Jadi tinggallah jawapan kamu 1/3. Okay, now your job is to find second step. First step dah cari pula second step, which is find Tn divided by Tn minus 1. Okay, so Tn divided by Tn minus 1 so there you go. You just have to use the rules of indices. Itu je sebenarnya. Alright, and then you tinggal cut, which also gonna give you 1 over 3 sahaja. So when you have the same what do you call this? When you have the same common ratio. So this is actually the common ratio. R equal. Saya terlupa pula nak tulis R is equal to the. Yalah, kalau tak mana datang benda ni, betul tak? So where is this coming from? This is actually coming from the common ratio. You should write down R equal. Okay, write down R equal. So bila you dah prove kan you akan dapat the same common ratio, when you have successfully shown to the pemeriksa that you have found the common ratio, you buatlah step yang ketiga, iaitu conclusion. Okay, the conclusion is since Tn plus 1 divided by Tn is equal to Tn divided by Tn minus 1. Therefore, which is equal to the same common ratio, iaitu 1/3. So, then the series is a geometric series. That's all. So that is how you prove in terms, that is how you show. This is how you show in terms of n. Okay, which mean in terms of n ni maksudnya by using the general term. Is it clear, everybody? Is it clear that is it clear for you all? that apa yang saya minta ini adalah, apa yang saya ajarkan ini adalah mengenai general term, how to show in terms of n, bukanlah nombor. Do you understand it? Do you understand my working here? R is equals to this, R is equals to that. Yes, Miss, clear. Masalahnya Evel je yang clear. Tiba keluar lagi. Rochelle, Evelyn, Masmira. Okay. So I do hope you fix your solutions, alright? Even though you have done this, it doesn't mean that you are doing it correctly. So I am teaching you how the pemeriksa akan suka pada solution kamu. You have to make them like you know, by just your writing. That is one of the good tips I can give you. You must make the pemeriksa likes your solutions. If you make them like you, of course you have no big deal in getting an A lah, to be honest. Okay, so now saya pergi bahagian tutorial soalan B, tapi saya lupa nak screenshot. Maybe I can just no, not this one. So soalan B, saya salin je lah ya. Saya salin je lah soalan dia kat sini. So this is 34B. It says here, expand 1 plus 2 over x to the power of 1 over 2 in ascending order, in ascending power of x up to x cube. Okay, dia dah kata, dia sangat clear dekat sini, buat sampai x cube sahaja. So if they ask you, dia nak sampai x cube, berhentilah takat x cube. Jangan nak buat kurang, jangan nak buat terlebih. If you do like that, you will lose marks. Alright, so now let's solve this. 1 plus 2 over x to the power of 1 over 2. So, first thing first, saya kata apa? Cara nak menjawab soalan ni, you must make sure check your n. Do you remember? When I say the first step is about checking your n, whether n is a positive integer or n is not a positive integer. So in this case, soalan ni apa? Our n here is sangat obvious, ini bukanlah integer. Therefore, walaupun dia positif, tapi dia bukan integer. Therefore, this is not a positive integer. Our n is 1 over 2. Jadi, choose the correct formula. Okay, you should choose your correct formula. Step 2 is choosing the correct formula. So the correct formula is 1 plus n times ax plus n times n minus 1 divided by 2 factorial times ax to the power of 2, the whole thing to the power of 2 plus n minus 1 n minus 2. So this is divided by 3 factorial to the times lagi dengan ax cube and then plus dot dot dot. Okay, saya memang biasa tulis formula dulu. I'm that kind of person. Okay, I always love to write down the formula for many times so that I will get least careless mistakes lah. Okay, so 1 plus, so you must remember this is your 1. You must check that this is also, this is 1. This is 1. This one should be ax. Betul tak? Mengikut formula ini, it should be 1 plus ax to the power of n, right? Yes, but miss, this thing is not 2x. This thing is 2 over x. 2 over x. Is it the same as ax, miss? Are they the same thing? Do you wanna give me some input? Adakah mereka sama? Adakah mereka sama? Ax dan juga 2 over x. Do you think you have the same thing? Or you do not know? They are the same. Okay, I will say they are the same. Okay. Is it Evel the only one person feels the same? They are the same thing. Okay. Okay, that's quite good. Pada saya, permulaan lah. Bagi saya, kalau saya seorang student, saya rasa dia tidak sama. Sebab this is power 1. And this is power, what? Negative 1. Well, many of you say sama. Ya, tapi your answer is good. Your answer is memang betul. This is an expression. Ekspresi ni adalah ungkapan. Bahasa Melayu dia kata ungkapan kan. So expression AX ni adalah mewakili kepada 2 over X. Dia memang adalah sesuatu ungkapan, sesuatu expression yang perlu dipakai sahaja. Pakai dekat mana, miss? Pakailah dekat sini yang ada AX ni. Yang ada AX ni sahaja yang kamu tukarkan kepada 2 over X. So this is just an expression. AX is just an expression saying that you just have to use it. Okay, walaupun ni kuasa 1, mesti kuasa 1. Yang ni kuasa negatif 1. Macam tak sama je. Yes, to me they are not the same. Tapi soalan ni kita tak boleh cakap yang dia adalah indices, nak perlu dikomparekan sebab dia indices. Tak, bukan. Dia bukan lagi dipanggil sebagai indices, tapi yang ni kita panggil dia sebagai expression, sebagai ungkapan. Okay, and so we just use this to replace it with 2 over x. Okay, sebab ini hanyalah ungkapan sahaja. And so we just use it. Okay, n kamu adalah 1 over 2 times, as I said, just use it. Just use 2 over x without any hesitation, because this is just an expression where you just use it, put it into the AX here. Okay, masukkan sahaja ke dalam formula yang ada AX. Just write down 2 over x. And then the back here is 1 over 2 times negative 1 over 2 divided by 2 factorial times 2 over x, the whole thing squared, plus, don't think I have enough space, plus with 1 over 2 times negative 1 over 2 times negative 3 over 2 divided by 3 factorial times ax cubed lah. 2 over x cubed. And then you must put plus dot dot dot. Saya sebenarnya ada tengok dalam Google Classroom, many of you do your work, even it's in your UPS, pra-UPS ataupun quizzes. I've seen your solution. Many of you neglect writing this plus dot dot dot. Okay, you tak sepatutnya tinggalkan plus dot 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 ni. You must write it down. Okay, you must write it down because it has many terms at the back. It is just that you don't write it. Okay, so now let's continue. 1 plus 1 over x, and then here you will get negative 1 over 8 times it with 4 over x squared. Oops. Plus it with 1 over 16 here goes 8 over x cubed plus dot dot dot. Okay, saya tolong jangan lupa letak plus dot dot dot. And so you will have a more simplified expansion. Expansion kamu jadi lebih cute. And so this is the expansion that you should get sehingga x cube sahaja. Okay, dalam soalan dia kata up to x cube sahaja. So in this case indices tak ambil kira dalam soalan jenis begini. Okay, it doesn't matter x cube di atas ataupun x cube di bawah, it doesn't matter in this topic sahaja, ya. It's literally in this topic only. Okay, so now let's continue to solving. Tak habis lagi sebenarnya. Expansion ni memang ada. Binomial expansion here is that, but you must write down valid for. Remember? So valid for here is ax modulus of ax less than 1, right? But in this case, dia dah jadi 2 over x less than 1. Okay? Masalahnya, kita mana boleh ada unknown di bawah. Jadi, we have to use inequality punya properties. Use inequality properties, which is when A is more than B. Okay, when A is more than B, kalau dia jadi reciprocal, sign dia berubah. Sign dia akan berubah. Sama jugalah kalau saya nak menterbalikkannya, saya akan dapat x over 2. Sign dia berubah menjadi more than instead. More than 1. Dekat sini kita kena apply pula. Wow. Apply gola. Wow, miss, this is a lot of step. Yeah, untuk valid sahaja pun dah banyak step. Apply gola. Do you remember it will give you x over 2 more than 1 or x over 2 less than negative 1. So in this case, x is more than 2 or x is less than negative 2. That is your valid for. Then you finish. Okay, so this is quite a bit challenging lah, to be honest. It's dia punya validation ni agak hectic sebab you kena apply reciprocal punya inequality punya properties di mana sign dia berubah. Bila you nak terbalikkan sesuatu, you nak apply reciprocal x over 2 and the sign must be changed. And so barulah dekat sini cara nak memisahkan dia adalah mengapplykan gola pula. Oh, you know, it's quite hectic, but this is PSPM questions, guys. Tahun ke berapa tu? Tahun ke 2000. Alamak, tak ada pula dalam ni. I think it's around 13-14. Yeah. Is it okay? Can I go to the 37A now? Soalan B ni agak panjang sebenarnya. Wow, soalan B ni agak panjang. Okay guys, you don't have to worry about that. Let's just move on to the 37. Shall we do that? 7A and B. So, okay, yang soalan ni, you all must listen to me very carefully. Okay, so in an arithmetic progression, so you have confirmed that this is AP. The sum of the first four term is 46. Okay, the sum of the first four term is 46. So that is your first information. You write it down. The sum of the first four term is 46. And the seventh term, dekat sini yang paling ramai sekali nak tahu kan. Yang inilah yang paling semua orang struggle. The seventh term exceed. It says here the seventh term melebihi. Melebihi. Exceed bermaksud melebihi, jadi maksud dia more than. You use more than twice the second term. Twice the second term maksudnya dua kali ganda untuk term yang kedua ni. So tu yang saya buat dua darab tu. Dua kali ganda kepada second term by 5. By 5. Okay, so Miss macam mana nak buat equation dari sini? How do we do an equation? Ada melibatkan more than ke? Macam pening je nak letak more than. So in this case, soalan ni memang sangat challenging. To be honest, this kind of question is very hard. Okay, this is challenging question. Dia kena fikir luar kotak sedikit. So the way for you to think outside of the box is, let's say student A markah dia, let's say student A markah dia 98 marks untuk UPS. Okay, and student B, just give me a moment, and student B pula markah dia, maybe I shouldn't do this. Student B markah dia 96 marks. Ini saya bagi perumpamaan sahaja untuk fahamkan ayat ni. Okay. Okay, ni let's say tau, let's say. So kalaulah soalan tu tanya the marks of student A exceeds the marks of student B by 2. Maksudnya yes, we do know that student A ni 98 markah dia. Student B ni markah dia 96. Kalau dia bagi kamu ayat sebegini, the marks of student A, so the way you write the equation is the marks of student A is more than, it's like exceeding kan. Exceeding maksudnya more than student B by 2 marks. By 2 marks means by how many marks? By 2 marks means maksudnya tambah 2. Okay, dia exceed, dia melebihi markah A dengan 2 markah. Therefore, you tambah. It's logic, right? A adalah 98. Okay, sort of like 98 dekat sini. Sort of like A is like equal, exceed tu maksudnya in this term lah, in this soalan, particular soalan, dia bermaksud jawapan A memang 98. Okay, jawapan A memang 98, tapi markah A memang 98. Markah B pula 96. And then tambah 2, dapatlah 98. So that exceeds is just meaning equal. And then by 2 pula maksudnya tambah 2. Is it clear? Perumpamaan ini. This is just an example. This is just an example from me. Okay, supaya nak bagi faham macam mana nak menyelesaikan bahagian ni. Macam mana nak buat equation itu. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you understand saya menggunakan perumpamaan, A ni 98 markah. B ni 96 markah. Kalau dia kata the marks of student A exceed the marks of student B by 2, it is just meaning you plus 2. Okay, equal ni bermaksud memang dia melebihi 98 ni memang melebihi 26 by 2 marks. Okay, 98 ni memang melebihi 96. Okay, sebab tu dia pakai exceed, sebab tu dia pakai 98 more than 96 by 2 marks. Alright, so now let's solve this part. Dia kata the seventh term melebihi 2 kali ganda dengan T tu, the second term, by 5, meaning plus it with 5 and then make it equal. Bila dah tambah 5, meaning they are equal. Dia bukan exceed dah. Alright, so they are equal. So that is the equation actually. Boleh faham ke? Live. Sorry guys. Boleh faham ke? Pada asalnya dia adalah exceed. The thing is, muka saya happy sangat dalam tu. Pada asalnya dia adalah exceed. Yes, dia memang exceed to T2. But by 5 ni, meaning dia dah tambah dengan 5. Bila dia dah tambah dengan 5, dia memang dah jadi equal lah. That's the meaning. So now we have our first equation. Our first pula. This is our second equation. Okay. And this is our first equation. Kita ada 2 equation. Baru kita boleh cari. What do they want? They want obtain the first term and the common difference. Dia yang minta for the progression. Okay. You know. And please highlight the word arithmetic progression, and so you must focus at the formula untuk AP sahaja. Okay, so now let me keluarkan dulu formula untuk SN. So this is the formula of SN. Your job is to sub in the value of 4 into the n here. And so you akan dapat 4 over 2, which is 2 lah kan, times 2a plus 3d is equals to 46. Okay, and 2a plus 3d can be simplified and you will get 23. Okay, so that is actually your first equation. So I put it here instead. That is the first question. Manakala equation yang kedua pula. Okay. So do you remember formula untuk Tn adalah A plus n minus 1d? Yeah, this is the formula untuk AP, arithmetic progression. And so T7, maybe I want to use green color. Or should I use orange? Okay, orange lah. So A plus 6D is equal to 2 times A plus D plus 5. Okay, what I'm doing right now is this part. Okay, saya buat cepat lah. And so A plus 6D is equals to 2A plus 2D plus 5. And so your answer is A minus 4D equals to negative 5. So this one is your second equation. I would like to duplicate this one. Hey, saya patut duplicate. Kenapa saya copy? Punya malas nak menulis, so saya duplicate je. Okay, and so you do the simultaneous thing, and eventually you will get your answer. A is equals to 7, D is equals to 3. Okay, you do simultaneous equation by yourself, DIY. Do it yourself. I bet you are quite good in this already, right? Okay, now dia minta apa? Hence, calculate the sum of the first 10 even terms. Wow, the sum of the first 10 even terms, ya. Oh, pandai dia. Dia minta kita cari even terms of the progression. Okay, masalahnya kita, what is our first term? First term is 7. Okay. Kita kena buat sendirilah. So step 1, do the sequence. Do the sequence by ourselves. Okay, the way to do it is, yelah, first term dah memang tahu, dah 7. Second term, I should know it already. It should be 10. Sebab apa? Saya kena tambah 3 ni lah. Okay, just, you should know that, right? A plus D, A plus 2D, A plus 3D, and so on. Okay, and so here tambah 3 dapat 13. Tambah lagi 3 dapat berapa? 16. Tambah lagi 3 dapat 19. Lagi 3 dapat 22. And so on. Okay, the thing is dia minta even pula. Sangat spesifik dia minta even numbers. So even numbers is what? Is 10, is 16, is 22, and so on. So you write down 10, 16, 22, and so on. Banyak songi dia minta even pula. So now you can find, apa soalan dia? Find the sum of the first 10. The first 10 means S10. N over 2 times 2A plus N minus 1D. So 10 over 2 times 2A. A kamu apa? A kamu 10 ya. Dia tengah cakap pasal even punya sequence. This is even sequence. So you should take your A as the 10, bukan 7. Dia minta the even sequence. So 2A plus 9D, your D is 3, still the same. Bukan 3. Hati-hati, confidentnya. Your D is not 3. This is plus what? This is plus 6, man. This is plus 6. So be careful. Your D is 6. Your A is 10. It's a new one. New sequence means new first term and new common difference. And so your answer for S10 is actually 370. Answer. Ta-da! Well done. Okay. I think I want to continue with the B part here. Okay. Soalan B ni pula, a ball is dropped from a height of 2 meters. 2 meters is very high. Okay. Just let's sketch it. A ball. Okay. Sketch dulu. Bila you sketch, barulah you nampak dengan lebih jelas. So the height is 2 meters. 2 meters is very long, okay? So let's say this is 2 meters. Let's say this is 2 meter long. Lepas tu dia kata each time the ball hits the floor, it bounces vertically. Yes, memanglah bounces macam ni, takkanlah tiba-tiba bounce macam ni pula kan. So it bounces vertically to a height that 3/4 of the previous height. Maksudnya the ball mesti akan turun. Bukanlah akan turun, mestilah, takkanlah kalau the ball is bouncing, it is the same height. No, it's not. The ball must decrease a bit. Dia punya height it must be decreased down to a certain height, which in this case, soalan ni dia kata, dia decrease by 2 times 3/4 punya height. Oops. Which gonna give you 3/2 meters. Okay, so that's it. Dia punya height akan berubah daripada 2 meters menjadi 1.5 meters. Dia turun. When it bounce, when the ball is bouncing, of course, the height will be decreased gradually. The height will be decreased dengan naturalnya, menurun heightnya. I do not know how to explain anymore. So, ni patutnya kecil sikit lah kan? Tiba dia besar pula. Okay. So now, can you tell me what is the next height will be? Can you tell me what's the next height will be? The next height is 1.5 times it with 3/4. Dia kata the height of 3/4 of its previous height. Previous height ambil lah 1.5. And so, kamu akan dapat 9/8 meters. Okay, so the sequence now, so you can see that the height of the ball is decreasing. This one is 9/8. 9/8 meters. This is what? This is 3/2. Okay lah, you nak guna fraction pun tak ada masalah. 3/2 meters. Yang penting you tahu that the height is slowing down. The ball is slowing down. Bila the ball is slowing down, it means the height is getting smaller and smaller. Right? Jadinya, di sinilah kita boleh buat a sequence. So sketch, we can make a sequence. So the first height is 2 meters. The second height would be 3/2 meters. The third height is 9/8. And the fourth height is 27/32. And ... You don't want to find so many heights. You can just find the first 2 terms or the first 3 terms. Okay, it is just fine. Okay. So, bila dah ada sequence, and in fact, what is this? Is this AP or GP? Can you answer my questions here? It's 3 o'clock already. I should start chapter 4. Can you tell me, should it be AP or should it be GP? For this real life example, a ball is dropping from a height of 2 meters, bouncing down and slowing down, going down and down. Can you tell me whether is it GP or AP? Kalau GP, fokus dia pada R. Kalau AP, fokus dia pada common difference. So in this case, adakah dia R or adakah dia D? Are you with me, guys? Are you with me? Can you answer me? Is it GP or AP? Oh, yes. Mas Mira say It's R. So when it is R, means it is a GP. Very good. Well done. So dekat sini adalah unsur R. Okay, unsur R. Therefore, your A is 2 and no. Your A is not yet known. Miss, bukan 2 ke? Sabar. Your R is confirmed 3/4. Okay, R is 3/4. You darab. Imagine 2 darab 3/4. Imagine lah. 2, your R is here, which is 2 darab 3/4 adalah 3/2. So you all are very clear that your R is 3/4. But are you really sure that your A is 2? Can you be very sure? Do you want to read the questions back? Dia kata, find the height of the ball at the 10 bounce. Maksudnya dia nak cari the total distance. Dia nak cari the total distance. Find the height of the 10th. Bukan total distance. Kalau the bounce, the ball at the 10th bounce. At the 10th bounce means the nth term, which means the 10th term. The 10 terms untuk soalan yang pertama, maafkan saya, dia bukan total distance lagi. It means dia nak cari the height at the word at 10 pula. Yelah, at the 10 bounce. It means you want to find T10. Okay, you want to find T10. Jadinya menggunakan formula AR to the power of n minus 1. The thing is, do you know your A? But I bet you know your R, which is 3/4. To the power of 10 minus 1, which is 9. But how do we solve this T10 without having A? We don't have the A yet. And so we should find the A. Miss, kenapa Miss hesitate untuk pakai 2? Bukan ke A dia 2? Kenapa A dia bukan 2? Anyone can give me an idea kenapa A dia bukan 2? Yeah, I'm telling you right now. The A is not 2. Our first term is not 2. No, not 2. Our A is not 2. Anybody can tell me what is our A then? First bounce is not 2 meters. Should be 1.5. Yeah, betul. That's it. Maksudnya dia yang kata, maybe kena highlight perkataan the 10 bounce. Okay, bounce yang ke-10. Meaning they are talking about the ball that is bouncing. Bouncing means when the ball is going down. I don't have a ball right now. Imagine this is a ball. When the ball is dropped, kalau dia drop saja, dia tak ada bounce tak apa, tapi naturally bola akan bounce. So bila dia bounce, dia akan bounce pada height yang 3/2, bukannya height yang 2. 2 tu adalah a ball is falling from 2 meter height. Okay, a ball is falling from 2 meter tinggi, 2 meter height. So that 2 meter doesn't count as bouncing. Faham ke? Okay, yang count as bouncing, when the ball is count as bouncing tu adalah at the height of 3/4. 3/4 apa aku merepek ni? 3/2. Okay, so at the height of 3/2 barulah dia start bouncing. Therefore, you should write down a big bracket there saying that, oh, this is my first term. My first term is actually 3/2 untuk bola yang bouncing. Is it clear? Is it clear, my explanation here? Yeah. Thank you, Lim, for elaborating it. After touching the ground and jump up again at the maximum point, there is a first bounce. Betul. The first bounce. So yang saya buat bracket ni adalah yang dipanggil sebagai bouncing. Bouncing height. I mean, the ball is started to bouncing lah. The ball is started to bounce. Okay. Kalau kita ambil 2 sebagai our first term, tak mungkinlah bola tu bounce balik pada height yang sama. Mesti dah dia turun sikit, betul tak? That's the meaning of getting the first term right. The first term should be 3/2. And so, the answer is 0.1126 meter. Pendek je. Yelah, the 10th bounce. Of course, the height should be very, very small, isn't it? Because the ball is getting to stop at certain point. Faham dah, miss? Thank you, girls. Okay, now kita nak cari the second question. Dia tanya, the total distance. Dia tanya, the total distance of the ball that will travel before the 11th bounce. Betul. Before the 11th bounce. Before the 11th bounce. The total distance. Before the 11 means T10. But I'm not sure. This is not T. Is it T? Is it the nth term or the sum of the first 10 terms? Kat sini ayat ni memang berpusing-pusing. Oh my god, you might think that, this is very, very challenging kind of past year paper, isn't it? Memang. So just know that the total distance here is referring sum of distance lah. Kalau nak elaboratekan dia, kalau nak tukar maksud dia, the total distance means the sum of the distance. Okay? And so, the before the 11th bounce ni maksudnya sebelum term yang ke-11, sebelum bounce yang ke-11 means the sum of the first 10 terms plus it with 2 meter height. Sebab dia kata the total distance. So the first distance is this thing, guys. The first distance is this. So 2 meters mestilah ada dalam total distance kamu. So 2 meters plus it with 3/2 and then turun. Dia naik balik adalah 3/2. Dia turun pun 3/2 juga. So dia ada 2 kali ganda punya. So height dia adalah 2 kali ganda. Okay, let me just write it down first lah. Nanti baru kamu nampak. So the total distance is equals to 2 meter. 2 meter. This is 2 meter. This is the first height. Bola turun 2 meter. Plus it with 2 kali ganda. 2 kali ganda untuk sum of the first n term. So this is your answer. So 2 meter plus 2 times 10/2. 2 A kamu apa? A kamu adalah 3 Come on, hati-hati. Saya dah salah dah ni. This is the wrong formula. This is the wrong formula because this is about GP. So kalau GP, formula dia adalah Sn is equals to A times R is less than 1. So 1 minus R to the power of N over 1 minus R. So my sum of the first 10 terms should be using the formula of A, iaitu A kita adalah 3/2. Bouncing, this is the bouncing part already. So that's why your A is 3/2. Times it with 1 minus 3/4 to the power of 10. Then everything is divided by 1 minus 3/4. Okay, so at the end of the day, you will get 13.324 meter. That is the total distance sampailah ke bounce yang sebelum bounce yang ke-11. Alright, Miss, how do you know this thing? I know this thing because 2 meter height mesti turun. 2 meter height, dia from a certain bangunan. Okay, imagine that this is a bangunan. Okay, the ball is dropped from a certain height which is 2 meter. That's why 2 meter mestilah disertakan sekali dalam total distance. So 2 meter plus it with 2 times. Miss, kenapa Miss nak letak 2 times? Kenapa Miss nak letak gandaan 2? Because as I said here, bola dah turun. Okay, bola dah turun. Betul tak? Bola bila dia dah turun, bila dia dekat bawah ni, of course dia akan bounce balik. Bila dia bounce balik, dia naik lah. Dia naik to a height of 3/2. Dia naik pada a height of 3/2 meter. Bila dia dah naik, mesti dah dia turun pula. Dan dia turun pada height yang sama, iaitu 3/2 meter juga. Kamu tak percaya, kamu buat sendirilah. Lepas tu kamu ukur. Can you do that? But that is the fact, you know. Bila dia bola turun 2 meter, and then dia naik, mestilah height dia rendah. So 3/2 meter, 1.5 meter lah. So 1.5 meter, dia turun balik. Bila dia turun balik, height yang sama, 3.2 meter juga, 1.5 meter juga. Okay, and so on. The process is on and on. Okay. And so sebab itulah dia ada gandaan 2 di sini, dan formula dia kata before. They say before the 11th bounce, before the 11th bouncing of the ball. So you ambil lah the sum of the first 10. Sebab dia kata before 11. So you should take the sum of the first 10 term. Okay, sebab tu kena faham betul-betul. Sn bermaksud the sum of the first. This is a very big first 10 terms. Done. And so this is how you solve this kind of question. Is it okay? Can we continue? Can we go to the chapter 4 now? Yeah, thank you, Lim. You are very helpful in terms of explaining to your friends. It does really helps. Okay. Yeah. Don't be shy if some of other students yang tahu, yang ada kemampuan, ada kelebihan, yang tahu kan, jangan segan untuk share. Okay, that is a very good advice, understanding. Okay, I think I'm gonna stop now, and I will continue with another link to teach you guys the chapter 4. Okay, so I'll stop now.